In this section of the course, we're going to look at using text in Flash. Start off by grabbing the text tool. Click on the stage and type something in. Now have a look down in the Properties panel, starting off at the left. In this drop-down, we see that text in Flash comes in three flavors: static text, dynamic text, and input text. Static text is the default type of text in Flash, and it's what we use for most applications. We have a selection of options here on the right, and you'll see that some of these options are the same for each type of text, but some are slightly different. We'll cover these options soon, so for now let's move on to dynamic text. The function of dynamic text is given away by its name. It's dynamic, meaning that it can change at runtime. A common use for this is updating, say, a score in a game, or loading text from external sources like text files. And finally, we have input text. Again, the name gives it away. We use input text anytime we want the end user or viewer to be able to put text in themselves. Think of a test with questions that the viewer has to answer, or a feedback form that's filled out by the viewer and sent back via email. Okay, let's have a look at the text object itself. While we still have the text tool selected, we get the blinking cursor allowing us to change the text, and we can select all or part of it here. When we return to the selection tool, though, our text becomes just an object. This now behaves just like any other basic artwork on our stage. We can move it, transform it, do plenty of things to it, and we can still return to the text tool by double-clicking and edit the text. Because it behaves like simple artwork, though, we can't animate this without putting it inside a graphic or movie clip symbol. We can, however, apply filters directly to text. Flash allows us to apply filters to both text and movie clips. Okay, to finish up this lesson, I spoke briefly earlier about breaking text apart into basic artwork. At the time, we were looking at shape tweening, so I'm going to touch on it again now. We can't directly modify the shape of text because it's determined by the font we use. I'm going to quickly turn this back to static text, and we can break it apart. To do this, we use Modify, Break Apart, or Control-B on a PC, Command-B on a Mac. Do this once and the text is broken into its individual letters. If we wanted to, we could still edit the text, but we'd have to edit each letter individually. Let's go break apart again. And now our text is converted into basic artwork. We can now do anything to it that we can do to shapes that we draw using the drawing tools. But here's the catch. We cannot edit the text anymore. It's broken down into basic artwork, and its appearance is not controlled by the font that we've chosen. So just keep it in mind that you can work directly on text as graphic objects. You just lose the ability to edit the text. And that's it for this lesson. Let's move on.